So this method is a free shaping method, and this is what I try to train all my dogs using this method. The reason being, if the dog learns it itself, it becomes hardwired. Yeah, it's like anything dog related. If you lure the dog, i.e. say you're luring it to a sit, for instance, that takes between 500 and 2,000 reps, okay, for the dog to all take it in, soak it in. And the problem with the lured method is you'll have to reinforce it further down the line. With free shaping, it takes between 6 and 15 reps. So it's a hell of a lot quicker. And because the dog's learned it itself, it becomes hardwired. Generally, you don't have to revisit further down the line, okay? And anything that becomes hardwired becomes a learned behavior. It's imprinted on the dog. Someone asked what age we started the dogs at. 8 weeks, yeah? Because they're in that critical learning phase. 8 weeks to 16 weeks. Get it in the dog as quickly as you possibly can, yeah? So this method is a free shaping method. Again, not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. We would normally do this on a hard surface, so there's no compelling distracting odours or anything. We would do it in a sterile environment, but I'm going to show you here anyway, or try and show you. So basically all you're going to do is put your odour in the middle of the square, yeah, and then just let your dog go. Okay, you can obviously try this on a longish line, yeah, but as soon as your dog takes a step towards that, I mark and reward it, okay? Nowhere near at this step, but as soon as they take a step towards it, I'm going to mark and reward it. And I might do that a couple of times, yeah? They might wander around, look at it. If they look at it, I'm going to mark and reward it. Very quickly, the dog's going to know that's an area of interest, okay? Once they get into that area, look at it, mark and reward. Look at it, mark and reward. But I'm trying to reward as close to the source of odour as possible. I'm not rewarding over here because that becomes the area of interest. I want everything to focus around that pot, okay? And very quickly the dog's going to learn that's what it's got to look at, then put its nose on it, yeah? And again, it's all about you changing your criteria. To start off with, your criteria is quite loose. You look at it, it's going to be marked and reward. Couple reps in, I want you to take a step towards it, mark and reward. Get close to it, look at it, stare at it, mark and reward. And very quickly, you'll get a dog hovering over the top of it, and you're just dropping treats around it, bang, 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 okay? Now, I say it's going to be super hard to do that here, but like I said over there, I'm going to try and give you some different methods so you can practice at home, see what suits your dog the best. Okay, so just drop your pot on the ground and have a go. And I say don't be too strict, chain that behaviour slowly, yeah. So mark and reward, that's it, on top. And this is really where the clicker comes in, because you can capture that moment. Yeah, you take the picture of what you want. So just walk towards it. Bang, yeah.
Yes.
Really nice.
If the dog does something really well, don't be scared of jackpotting them. Give them a little sort of bonus, 3 or 4 bits of food, yeah? If they do it super well, yeah, give them lots of food. But don't get into the habit of jackpotting them all the time, because it becomes a normal routine, yeah? What we want to do is introduce the game of maybe. Maybe this is the time I'm going to get the jackpot. And once you're doing that, the dog will speed up their process. Okay? Any questions about that? No? No, 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 no. Right, who's got a really food-driven dog? Right. What do I do? Oh, pot. Any special food?
No, nothing.
So this method I'm going to show you is called the lock-off method. And it's particularly good if you've got a foodie dog like this, okay? And all you're going to do is use its daily food to train it to indicate, okay? So obviously I've got a bit of food in my hand, and all I want the dog is to follow my hand to start off with, yeah? And then as soon as I lock my hand off, I want the dog to do that, sit down and look at my hand. I don't want him mouthing, think that bomb dog again, okay? So a bit of food in my hand, get him following my hand. As soon as they relax, Yes, and he looks at my hand, I'm going to mark and reward it. And the idea is we're just going to get him to move, yeah, we're going to raise that arousal level, that drive level inside them, and then what we want them to do is, nothing in there at the moment, but as soon as he calms down, sits, looks at my hand, I'm going to throw food at him, okay? There you go. Everybody happy with that? And all you're going to do is just use the dog's daily food allowance. And once they know what the game is, what we're looking for is we're looking for 4 different stages, okay? And we're looking for 5 reps at each stage. So the easy one is at the dog's nose level. Yeah, they freeze, we throw food down, yeah? Once they can do that really well, like I say, you get 5 continuous reps, yeah? What we're going to do is 6 inches above the dog's nose, so they're looking up a little bit, okay? So slightly harder. Once again, you can get 5 reps, yeah, not a problem. And then we're going to go for what I call the middle ground, between the nose and the ground. So it's going to be here, and we want the dog sort of looking down at your hand. As soon as it looks down at your hand, throw food up at it. And then the last one, the shepherds won't have a problem with this, the other dogs might, is on the ground. So we're winding them up, and we put a hand on the ground, and then the dog either sits staring intently at my hand or goes into the flat or the down position, and my hand's between their front paws. Yeah, as soon as you get that, throw food up into their mouth, okay? Or turn your hand over, put the food on the ground. And I'd say, and that's the 4 stages, and we're looking for 5 reps at all those different stages. Once your dog is happy doing all those, just mix it up, yeah? And do it everywhere, okay? This method takes probably take him about 10 minutes, the food drive he's got. But normally it takes about 3 or 4 days for the dogs to start locking off in those different positions, yeah? And then you, like I say, you can do it on walks, yeah? Give them a verbal cue, lock off or whatever, find it, bang, 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 do it different positions. Once the dog is comfortable doing that for about a week, what we do is then we put a little bit of Kong in our hand, yeah, and just do the same, yeah. The downside is we don't want to be throwing that at the dog, yeah, so you've got to work it that the food comes from the Kong, yeah, and then very quickly we can fade the food out, but we're getting the lock-offs with just the Kong. Does that make sense? Yeah. Absolutely, this is how I trained my cadaver dog, yeah, because she's so food driven. I couldn't use the free shaping method with her, yeah, because it was just this method. So it's possible to do an operational dog as well using food, okay? It does take a little bit longer, but you'll get a very rounded, solid dog. Once the dog's doing that, you can then start hiding this around the house, and the dog's gonna give that intense stare. That okay? As soon as the dog puts their nose anywhere, yeah, you can use a marker word or a clicker if you use a clicker, yeah. As soon as the dog puts its nose anywhere, sort of within 3 to 4 inches of there, mark and reward. But reward on the top, okay? Don't reward here, reward on the top. The reason being, dogs are association learners, and we want them to associate that as a good thing. The odour's going to pay them, okay? Does that all make sense? Right, okay. There you go, how you doing? There you go, there you go. Got your copy. Yeah, so hold it at the dog's nose height. As soon as they put their nose in it, if you need to shake it to make it a little bit more attractive, yeah. But remember to reward on top of the pot, not to the sides, yeah. Because straight away we can start building that indication where Luke done that sit. If you get them to glue their nose to the top of the pot, we can start shaping that indication from almost square one, okay? Step 1. So like I say, this is called the pot method. And ideally what we want the dog is to put their nose on it. You're going to mark and reward on it every time. Like I said, they're association learners. Yeah, so we're going to associate the smell of the Kong is going to be rewarded. Once they've got that general idea, what we want to do is put it at their nose height or a little bit lower. They come in, push their nose on it, and then you're going to delay giving them the treat. Yeah, and because you've delayed, try and step back here, because you've delayed giving them the treat, they're going to look at you. yeah, you're going to just completely ignore them, but as soon as they put their nose back towards that pot, you're going to mark and reward it again on top. Yeah, like I say, straight away we're building an indication. Yeah, you look at that, pinpoint it, I'm going to reward you. Yeah, what we don't want to be rewarding here, because like over there with Luke, he was looking at the top of the tree but he couldn't get to it. Yeah, he was showing me where it was. You guys, I want you to get almost the nose touching on it, okay, because you're going to do a slightly different search when you do your trial. Yeah, you're going to have a square that's going to be 3 meters by 3 meters, and you're going to have that small bit of Kong somewhere in that square, and your dog's going to have to pinpoint it for you, and then you're going to have to relay that information. Your dog's in odour, and then the dog's got it. Yeah, so if you can start building that indication from now, it's just going to help your life a little bit further down.
So we mark twice silent. So you mark the first time they...
Yeah, so at this stage, for now, you're just, as soon as they put their nose anywhere near it, you're going to mark and reward it. But when you're at home and it's less distraction and you're trying this method, you're putting the nose on it, mark and reward it, put the nose on it, mark and reward it, put the nose on it, delay the reward. Yeah, he's going to say, where the hell's my treat? He's going to look at you. As soon as he puts his nose back towards that pot, you're going to mark and reward it. And that's then your criteria. You want his nose about 2 inches away from the pot, and you're going to mark and reward it. Yeah, think of a bomb dog. We don't want a bomb dog going bang, yeah, because it's only going to be a bomb dog once. Okay, yeah, so what we want to do is shape that indication. You look at it, you get close to it, you pinpoint it, but I don't want you touching it. Okay, does that make sense? Yep. So when you sort of next 2 days, just mark and reward. As soon as they put their nose on it, mark and reward. Yeah, not to the side, on the top. Yeah, because all you'll do is shape an indication to the side. Okay, and we don't want that. Everybody happy? Yeah, have another go, and then we'll do this for another couple of minutes and I'll show you another method. Just use a food bowl. Yeah, food driven dog, bowl means food. Yeah, there is another method that's very similar. It uses a plastic box or a cardboard box called the box method, and all you do is just put some food in. Hello, food. Yeah, get the dog eating out the food, bits in there, and very quickly we're going to put a little bit of Kong in there. Yeah, just a very small bit goes in, and now all I want the dog to do is nose in, food in, nose in, don't eat it, food in, and then it's just delay, bang. Yeah, and all I'm doing is, again, because it's quite confined, the odour of the Kong's in there, associating food with the odour. Dog gets distracted, don't say anything, let the dog figure it out, bang. Yeah, and all I'm doing is just pairing that odour with good food. Yeah. Patience, yes. So just load my criteria a little bit. As soon as he looked at the bowl, just throw some food in. Yes. Yeah, just pairing that bowl, smell of the Kong and food. Very quickly, obviously I'm speeding this up. So you do 3 or 4 sessions like that. We get rid of the bowl. Now we just have the Kong on the floor. I'm going to speed him up a little bit. Bang, yeah. And then very quickly, all I want him to do is look at the Kong. Right. Get the idea? Yeah. And then that's all we do is just pair that. Obviously I'm speeding that up. I would do that for about 2 days with the bowl. Bang, 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 bang. Get him know that Kong's going to pay him. And then just throw the Kong on the floor. Raise your criteria, or lower your criteria I should say. bang, 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 and very quickly he's going to be freezing to look at that, staring, an intense stare. So again, we're doing the final response first. Once he's happily staring at it, what I do is then walk out, put the odour there, walk back, and then I send him in to follow that little bit of a track, okay? And once he then builds a little bit of distance from me, but using my odour to get rewarded, and then what I do is then I just throw it out just in front of him, yeah? Let him go out to it. So my odour's not there, he's just got the odour of the Kong now. He's going to start searching for it. And very quickly, he'll be quartering the ground looking for it. And then you can throw it a little bit further, yeah? And then very quickly, he'll be searching, hunting for it. Don't worry about the indication. He should give you some form of indication because you've done all the staring and things in the bowl, the lock off, etc. He's going to give you a little bit of an indication, but we can work on that further down the line, okay? But straight away, in this method, we're using a search, okay? Everybody happy with that? So the last method I'm going to show you is what I call the walk-up method. So obviously we've got scent pot holders here. You don't need anything fancy like this. You can do it with cardboard boxes, whatever, okay? I just brought the pots because I've got them. And all you're going to do is basically walk the dog up. As soon as it hits this one with the stickers on, that's the live one. That's the one that's got the Kong in, okay? So again, as soon as the dog puts his nose on there, mark and reward. And then just bring the dog, once they've finished eating their reward, just come along. They're going to touch those ones, but just completely ignore them. The downside about today is they've actually had Kong in them. So they've got residue odour in there. But just let the dog work its way along, okay? Come around in a loop, do that 2 or 3 times, okay? When you're at home, like I say, do it once, walk around. Ideally, if you can get someone else, then to swap the pots over, bang, yeah, start here. So it's an empty one, hot one, empty, empty, yeah? You walk around, the hot one then goes back to the start. So you come back in, the dog gets a quick win again. 3 empty. This time it leapfrogs all the way up, bang. Yeah, empty, empty, hot, empty. Yeah, and all I do then is move that hot one back to number 1. Yeah, next time it comes back up to number 4, and so on. So straight away we're doing easy search, a little bit harder, easy search, yeah? But what we're teaching the dog is to put their nose down at the start of the search, okay? Because what will happen when you come to do your trial, you'll go, the search command, your dog's going to leap forward about 6 foot, and then you've got 6 foot of empty ground before they drop their nose. So we need to teach the dog, when you say that search command, they start searching here, straight away, okay? And this is the only way you can do it, by building that muscle memory into the dog. Drop your nose straight away, drop your nose straight away. Okay, and I say you don't need anything fancy. You can do it with jam jars, your boxes, flower pots, whatever. Okay, who wants to go first then? Oh, don't all rush.
Give it a go, Jenna.
Yeah. So basically just going to start about where that leaf is, and just, dogs are curious things, so just walk up to them. As soon as the dog puts its nose on it, bang, yes, yep, and just keep on walking. Yeah, just keep on walking. Yeah, nothing, nothing, nothing. We'll move it back up, go in a loop, come back around. Yeah. Now, if you do lots of obedience with your dog, yeah, you've built that engagement into your dog. Yeah, always look at me because I'm the best thing in the world. Yeah. Scent work or nose work goes completely against all that, I'm afraid. Yeah, we want that independent dog. We want that dog that problem solve. Yeah, because they are the brains of the outfit. We're just a dope on the end of the line. Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Do I just keep going?
Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, and what we do is. And all we're doing straight away is we're teaching a very basic search for the dog, yeah? There's something there, but you've got to find it, yeah? Did you reward it?
No.
Because it's that one, yeah, one with the stickers on, yeah. Yeah. And once the dog very quickly picks this up, and they will, you can then start putting distracting odours in there, like food and things, but it only gets rewarded when it goes on the right one, yeah? And then you can put other bits in there, gloves, plastic bags, anything that you think that you might find in your search area, leaves, yeah, bits of grass, things like that. But add them in super quick, yeah? So dogs only getting rewarded on that rewarding odour. That odour pays them in every environment, okay? Obviously we're keeping it super basic here, guys, but I'm trying to get as much information to you to make it easier for when the trial comes. Ideally, what you want a dog to do is when they hit that odour, yeah, they lock on it, and you're actually having to force them off it, yeah, because that odour's so compelling for them, yeah, like that almost. And yes. So, right. Right, just pull him towards you a little bit. Bypassed it, yeah. What's this? What's this? Look, what's this? What's this? Yes. What's this?
Daddy.
Right, just take a bit easy. Ignore. It's just so much food there, I think. Just see if he wanders back to it.
So when they go out of an area, Simon, if we're practicing this and the dog decides to not have any of
I
it,
wouldn't worry about it to start off with, but so just try and put his nose on top just to reinforce it. Yeah, don't worry about it too much if they do wander off. It's just really important when they get back on it, you mark it, yeah, because they very quickly learn. Yes, wandering off.
this way.
In this, they're getting rewarded because there's food there, yeah, but when you're doing it at home, hopefully there's not going to be that much food there. So when they wander off, yeah, let them go, because we don't want to dampen that search, yeah, but we want to reinforce the odour. The odour is the important thing, okay?
So we better practicing this sort of inside first.
Yeah, like, yep. Like I say, when we start all our puppies, certainly the free shaping, we've got a room that's completely bare, and we just put the pot in the middle of the room. We go in there and we stand right at the edge, so we don't even move, don't talk to the dog or puppy in any way or form. As soon as they look at it, we mark and reward it, but we're throwing the food towards the pot. We don't want the dog to come back to us, yeah? It's all about the food or the odour. They've got to get in their head, have that light bulb moment. That Kong is going to pay them, yeah? And very quickly they'll start rushing towards the Kong because they know that's where they're going to get reinforced. And me throwing the food at it or putting the food on the top, that's called a direct reward system, yeah? Once a dog knows that odour's paying, they'll rush out, bang, and then we can get the dog to come back to us to be rewarded. But first we've got to make sure that they know that odour's going to pay them. Yeah. Any other questions? Now, going from quite a large Kong, I don't know what size bits of Kongs you've got.
The size up from that.
Size that, so.
One size up, yep.
Going from that to that is a big step, okay? Very smelly, not so smelly, yeah? So when you get to the stage where you're sort of moving away from this, yeah, cut the top off. Cut it in rings to start off with, yeah? So you're gonna cut the top off first, and it's horrible to cut it, yeah? Top tip, put it in boiling water for about 5 minutes before you even attempt to cut it. It makes it a little bit easier. It's still a pig to do, but it's a little bit easier, okay? So now we're gonna use 3/4 and we're going to do one session with 3/4, then we're going to do one session with just the top bit. So straight away we're changing the scent profile, okay? Once you've done that for a day or two, we cut that bit in half and then we can mix it up. Do that for a day or two, then start cutting that big chunky bit up into little bits. And every time you do a session, you want to vary the size of Kong. Now, I know on test day, trial day, whatever you're going to call it, you're looking for a bit like that, but change the scent picture, because if you use just all that, yeah, when you come to find that, the dog will say, that's similar, but it's not what I'm looking for, okay? And they'll only be looking for this and not that. So vary the scent picture for the dog, okay? That's really quite important, okay?
For the trial day, our little 3 metre by 3 metre area,
Yep.
will you want that to be on grass or what sort of area?
Just on grass, yeah.
Just on grass
Yep.
like this. So if our dogs are able to start having success on the grass in our garden, it'll
Yeah,
translate into the
do
trial.
it indoors to start off with,
Yeah.
get that imprinting process going in, and then move it out to the garden, do what you've done indoors outside, and then very quickly move on to the grass. And to start off with, yeah, just want a little box square in front of you, throw it on there, get the dog looking for it. At that stage, you're giving the command, okay? I use Find It for all my scent work disciplines, yeah, but if you whatever you want to use, as long as you're consistent. And another top tip is to actually touch the ground or give them a focal point to start. Yeah, don't go, find it, yeah, because the dog will go over there and start searching over there. Remember what I said about running 6 foot? Yeah, so find it there, give the dog a focal point, and then let them work out from there. Like I say, don't worry if they sort of go in a big loop, yeah? Let them search. Have patience. It's all about patience, okay? Any other questions? No? Everybody happy? Yeah, I'm on the group chat. If you want to put videos up or ask any questions, yeah, I will endeavour to answer. It might not be straight away, but it will be that day, probably that evening at some point. Yeah.
Perfect.